the estuary housing scheme in Friendship, Montego Bay, Ian didn't know what to expect. Within minutes, water began seeping into his home, and from the looks of it, it wasn't just rain falling from above.
Look, me see water start come to the front door. I said to my son, no, so we have to move. So I just start put some dry clothes in one bag and put some food stuff in one bucket, and when I opened my door, the back door, the water was at knee height right here.
Realizing his home wasn't the only one flooding, he made the bold decision to go back into the rising waters to help others who were trapped.
By the time I went back in less than 5 minutes, the water reached me here from knee level. Less than 5 minutes, that's how fast the water rises. And I went back and knocked on a nurse door and took them out. When I took them out, water already flooded their house, fridge, settee, everything afloat.
Now, to get into the nurse's house, he needed no prescribed medication for added strength.
I have to knock out the mesh, and they give me the key through the grill and open the grill, open the door, and I have to brace on the wall like this. Open the door, that and the water cover the door lock already. Going across the road, walking, every step, the water come higher and higher. Every step, till the water reach right here. And I step back and I said, how am I going to do this? A gent come and cross the road, and his family inside shop said, we a ball for help. The lady next door, the ball for help.
The water had already risen above his shoulders, and with every step, the current grew stronger. Still, he pressed on.
Oh, well, Mr. Right, I go for Chanel. I reached to Chanel and my car. Chanel answer me. I took her key as well. Open the grill. She said, door open already. And I tried to open the door as well. It can't open the door like pop off. I say, you have a machete? She said, yes. She gave me the machete and I tried to use it to brace the door. It can't open. You know what I have to do? I have to use the machete and chop out like quarter of the door. The metal door. And bend it. The outside bend it down. The inside part, I have to bend it in and get a blanket for her.
Now, Ian eventually reached Chanel and put her on what he describes as the trunk of a banana tree until she could stand. Still, there were others to rescue.
Go back to Anita, Martin, and a guy named Jason. I help because the door can't open. I want a piece of stick them get. One big piece of wood. And knock out the grill. Open the window and knock the grill until the grill actually release. And we have to brace it. I squeeze up on my hand. I have to brace it. And the other two men brace it and I wall her and pull her over the window. And I took her out.
Now, having rescued all five, he was left to swim his way through murky waters to save himself.
A sewage water, we are swimming in, you know. We are swimming in sewage water because before everything flow up, you know, like this, you know, sewage start come up through the bathroom and the bowl, you know. So a sewage water, I swimming from Tuesday until yesterday, one lady sleeping at the house in the water for about 18 hours from 2 o'clock Tuesday until about 10 o'clock.
One of the residents he saved says she's still shaken by the experience and is left with several questions for the developers of the scheme.
I have to go through a lot of red tape to try to start building. When the authorities or the powers that be was building this, when the technical team that they had, the advisors that they had, spoke to them, did not anybody see this as a threat that there was a pond in the scheme? The lady could have died, I could have died, Chanel could have died. They had to chop her out of her house with a machete. Another neighbor, she and her son had to cut themselves out of the house with a machete. Is it that we are so money hungry that we don't put people first?
Reporting for CVM News, I am Akeem Art.
Over in Portland, residents of Swift River are taking recovery into their own hands following the passage of Hurricane Melissa. With homes damaged and roadways littered with debris, community members have come together in a locally driven cleanup effort, showing determination and unity in the face of adversity. Our reporter Kevin Black tells us more.
Me did say Hurricane Melissa wasn't coming, but at 12 o'clock last night, Me just hear whoom, whoom.
In Portland, in the Hope Bay valleys, we saw debris and fallen trees around the surrounding areas, which prompted locals to come out in a unified cleanup effort.
We are basically right there today taking up the lighter stuffs from out of the waterway to ensure that the water don't run on the road. And then tomorrow we'll be coming here back with a backhoe to move the heavier stuffs. There's another set of workers about half mile up the road heading down to Shrewsbury, Swift River. There's another set of workers going there. So we basically tomorrow to Friday we should actually finish cleaning up. We are there. We weren't that lot of damages, but whatever we had, we have trying to angle it at the best we can and in the shortest possible time.
Community members say the initiative was entirely local, citing the intention is to ensure Hope Bay and its surrounding areas could return to normalcy as quickly as possible.
Most of the tree limbs drop on the wires and stuff like that, so we got to get them off, and then most likely I think JPS could give it back our light very soon because we don't see as much damage as that towards the light wires with the trees. We'll just come out and start the job just like that. Believe me, I come off on strength of my friend. He always outside and I just always outside with him.
It was a community. It wasn't work agency, it was a community. After work agency probably come in, I don't know so far what going after we leave, but it was the community. So all of the praises I forgive to the community, you see me?
In another section of the valley called Shrewsbury, droves of residents assembled to remove debris from roadways.
6 o'clock this morning when we go down there, it's a road block, nothing can go through. And you know, me always have my machete in my car, so I just take my machete and I chop as far as me can go. Then we start, see a whole heap of tree broke down. You know, say, from there, so we have to just stop it and start use the footwalk. And you know, walk a distance where far we can go about 20 minutes down the road. See the road block, completely blocked. So turn back, you know, and come meet up on a group of people. We organize some power saw from the community and we go down there. We and the man them and start move out the thing, you know. And that's how we reach our main. But it was quick and fast. No major clear up, you know. It wasn't a major clear up. It just clear up as the vehicle can go through.
Unity is strength as cleanup efforts continue in Hope Bay, Portland. Kevin Black reporting for CVM News.
To meet even basic needs as conditions worsen.
It's been the longest 48 hours for residents staying at the shelter here at the Lacovia Primary School. There are 16 permanent residents. 7 of them are elderly. There are others who come here to sleep at night.
Right now, we don't even have a good bed to lie on. Take the bench them on, just to get a little ease, till things work out.
So were you here at the shelter while the hurricane was passing, or you were home at the time?
No, right here.
Okay. Talk to me about what you were seeing and what you were hearing.
Man, when I hear the breeze coming, I have to just call upon the Lord to feel merciful. Or one blow that way and another one come back up, and you will hear whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. You know? And I keep the faith and trust in the Lord. And He still spare the life that I could be here standing talk to you.
Past 2 days has been very rough because we have no emergency personnel, no food, no clothing. We basically have to survive off what we were able to grab while on our way here, and we left in a hurry. So that is almost little to nothing. And we have elderly persons here who have no medication and no nurses, no doctors, nobody to look after them or look at them to ensure that they're okay. Everybody's rooftop, everybody would have basically had some amount of loss. So when we look at the situation, we just have to look at it in a sense where we're grateful for life, being alive, because that's the greatest thing. Because we're not the only ones in this situation, it's everybody. We're lucky to be here. Many persons have gotten hurt. Being at home, being here was safer for us at the shelter. So we are safe, we're okay, and we're grateful for that. We have lost communication, basically. Our phones aren't working. So we have lost communication with most of our family members. We only know about those that we are able to see or those around us, and they would have lost their homes.
Help needed at this shelter. The sign posted out front. Shireen McLeod is the shelter manager here.
2 days pass, and persons would have run out of food, water. As you can see, that the windows were not even conducive to even brace the wind and the water that they would have experienced during Hurricane Melissa. So I initiated to do the sign because I really need the assistance. There are no calls going out. We're not receiving it because cell towers are down now. So we don't have any communication to no officials. As I said before, we are out of water for bathing, for drinking. The meals that they are preparing now would possibly be the last that they would have. And we know that help will come, but we don't know how soon help will come.
Still in St. Elizabeth, emergency responders are working around the clock to assist patients affected by Hurricane Melissa to airlift them to the Mandeville Regional Hospital. The Jamaica Defense Force Air Wing has been called in to assist, ensuring those in urgent need receive prompt medical attention. Kevin Black reports.
The situation at this point in time is that patients are being airlifted from the Black River Hospital to Mandeville Regional Hospital.
In a coordinated emergency response, the Jamaica Defense Force JDF Air Wing has been airlifting patients from the Black River Hospital in St. Elizabeth to the Mandeville Regional Hospital in Manchester. The initial operation, which took place near North Racecourse Road, involved the helicopter landing on a nearby strip where medical personnel were on standby. A child and a man are among those who were transported to the roadway for ambulance pickup. Chief Executive Officer at Mandeville Regional Hospital, Alwyn Miller, says patients are being assessed, with some expected to remain at the hospital, while others will be transferred to hospitals in the region based on their medical needs.
This effort is being coordinated by the Ministry of Health. We have the CMO and the Permanent Secretary in the facility at this point in time, as well as other members from the Ministry of Health. It is with the assistance of Manchester Health Services, Jamaica Defence Force, and police, and all others who are helping us to coordinate the transportation and delivery of patients to Mandeville Hospital at this point in time. Well, in terms of Mandeville Hospital, it was challenging, as was expected. We are thankful that our staff has come through it safe and well. Some would have lost property, their roofs, etc. But they stuck to the task, and some actually went home yesterday after doing 24 hours or even longer.
Mr. Miller says since the team is still operating in emergency mode, priority is being given to urgent cases, including those affected by Hurricane Melissa in Black River.
The most significant event was the flooding of the roadway, Caledonia Road, in front of the hospital, and the Soakaway being full to the point of overflowing. It has since receded, and the public is able to access through the main gates of the hospital. We are still in an emergency mode, right? And therefore, patients who do not need to be here, we encourage them to seek assistance if they can elsewhere.
He outlined that a significant number of patients from St. Elizabeth will be transferred to Mandeville Regional Hospital.
Those persons who at this point in time can obtain healthcare elsewhere in light of what is happening, we would ask them to do that, just to allow us to go through this phase of receiving the patients from St. Elizabeth. I understand it is in the proximity of about 70 patients that needs to be moved from that facility.
Kevin Black for CVM News.
Hours after residents in Easington, St. Thomas called on authorities to urgently address the danger that lurks after Hurricane Melissa left a hole in a bridge and the possibility of falling rocks in the area, a resident was left injured after he fell in the hole. Giselle Mills has the details.
On Thursday, CVM News reported on this hole at the entrance of the Islington Bridge in St. Thomas and the potential danger it poses. Around 2-3 o'clock Friday morning, a man fell inside it. Residents discovered the man and alerted the police along with the fire department. He was removed and rushed to the Princess Margaret Hospital for treatment. This came after Edwin Marr, the former councillor of the Landui Division in St. Thomas, made an urgent call to the relevant authorities for assistance because he feared an accident would happen.
We're appealing to the necessary agencies, Parish Council, NWA, Mines and Jolly, the Member of Parliament, and all any other relevant agencies to come immediately to pay some attention, because I'm telling you, people are going to die, property is going to be damaged if they do not come and remedy the situation immediately.
Stephen Shaw is manager of communication and customer service at the National Works Agency.
It's a situation that we're aware of. It is one of those that we'll have to respond to in relation to the havoc that has been wreaked by Hurricane Melissa.
Mr. Shaw insists things were put in place to prevent accidents of this nature.
We took all the necessary steps to block the road to ensure that no member of the public would have been affected or impacted by what is happening there. Apparently, this individual did not obey that which was placed there, which were impediments on both sides of the bridge. And the result is what it is.
Giselle Mills reporting for CVM News.
The St. Anne's Bay Hospital is among several health facilities across the island that suffered damage during the passage of Hurricane Melissa. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton toured the hospital to assess the extent of the damage and to outline the next steps for recovery. Akeem Oret has the details.
The St. Anne's Bay Hospital, one of the major medical facilities in the northern region, bore the brunt of Hurricane Melissa's fury. Damaged roofs, flooded sections and displaced equipment are now part of the aftermath staff must navigate. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton says plans are in place to assess the damage done.
What I'm going to do is work with the region and the team in Kingston to do a quick assessment of the damages to roof so that we can try and restore back those ward spaces, because chances are you may have to fill some of the gap that you're currently filling. So you say your patient load at A&E has gone up by about 50%. 150 yesterday from normally about 100 per day or so.
With some patients being transferred from other hospitals, Dr. Tufton says members of the St. Anne's Bay team will play a key role in supporting the recovery process.
People are overflowing from Trelawney and other places, even as St. James. And that's some of those trauma cases we're seeing also in those parishes. People falling from ladder, falling off the roof, and all of that. So in a sense, this is the hub and spoke arrangement that we have. You kind of have to pick up some of that slack. So where you can beef up your staff complement here, you may need to do that, even though I know they have challenges too.
The minister also disclosed that a cabinet submission will be made on Monday aimed at securing additional resources for the recovery effort.
Key is to work fast, but you have to do it in order. Otherwise, it's confusion. So right now, it's about your staff who have to man the stations, then the stations that have to be manned, then the emergency cases, and giving support as you can. And then we take it from there and roll it out beyond that.
For now, the focus remains on stabilizing operations and ensuring that patient care continues despite the challenges. Akeem Oret, CVM News.
And we take another break here on CVM News at 7, but stay with us. We'll be right back.